You cannot say you should not do it also. That kind of a thing. You cannot say you can do it also. This we will not say. As you have, most of you have said, that is our opinion. Our opinion is counseling here will be pros and cons. Counselor's duty, the teacher counselor's duty is to let the child know the pros and cons. In that pros and cons, when we are talking about, society may come in, values may come in, and everything will come. Because unfortunately, value systems have a lot of relativity. Would you agree? Would you agree or not? Very relative. There are certain universal values, but I tell you a simple example. I am from, anybody from Kerala here? Yeah, a professor is from Kerala. But you are not from that religion which I am talking about. You are
Catholic.
A Catholic. I am coming from this thing called Nair. You must have heard.
Yeah.
Kerala's some dominant, not Brahmin, Kshatriyas. So, I am from a Nair family. My family, the rule is very simple. I must marry, must. It is nothing like can or should. It is almost like I must marry if my mama has a daughter. No, Kerala.
Tamil Nadu, Mama.
Mama. They are a little more ahead. No, one minute. Can I go one minute? Can I? Wait. Don't get excited about it. Kerala, I am supposed to marry. If there is a daughter the mama is having, the first option must be, otherwise I am going against the family. You will have to. I went against the family, don't tell anybody.
Mama means maternal uncle.
Maternal uncle, mama.
Cousin.
First cousin, and just talk to a North Indian.
But even in Muslim society.
Maybe, no. The same Hindu society is not allowed killing, honor killing.
But
That is,
genetically it is wrong.
no, absolutely not. I'll come back to that. Can I just complete it?
Yeah.
And as you said, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh,
And Kerala.
no, Kerala, not in Kerala. In Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, certain communities, higher castes, now it is all reducing.
Second.
They were supposed to marry, and it's supposed to be a good thing. I mean, that own maternal uncle. Are you getting it? Mama can marry the sister's daughter. So it is sometimes going to be a very, what you call, revolution in other parts of the country.
Brahmin also.
It is Tamil Nadu. And I will not now take the name of the community because it will become blasphemous and it's sacrilege if I take that name. If you know, don't tell it also, don't say it also. In a particular community, still in India, now it has reduced and almost become nil. I mean, if you are interested, you can search on net later on. Used to marry own sister. Brother and sister used to marry.
No, I don't think so.
I will not argue. No, not in Kerala. I can tell you privately. If you want, you can talk to me privately. Because in a public platform, certain things which everybody look down upon are not spoken. But that's a what you call legal thing. The other things are not looked down upon everybody. But this own sister and brother thing is what you call very seriously looked down upon. So that if I start breathing that, then it will be a problem. That's why. But I can share you personally, and that community but is now dwindling the strength also. What you call, they are reducing in their numbers, only in pockets they are now living, so you can guess later on. No. The point I wanted to say was, I said that. No, that was wrong.
Complete your syllabus.
That is. So shall I come back? So what I said was, I just wanted to communicate. If anybody start thinking my own values are the most important ones, then all problems will begin. So in counseling, we will take extra care when you are talking to a student or a grown-up person. My own value systems are not interfering with that situation. Without letting your value system to interfere, you will have to look at the situation impartially. And now ask me, Dr. Ravindran, the psychologist, I mean, is it a good idea, young people having sexual relationship? I would say no. There is a scientific basis. Now I am talking about this scientific basis, because research has proved the earlier the sexual relationships start, the more the chances of children taking sex as a casual thing. And the chances of multiple sex partners and all such complications also increase. So what you can, as a counseling process, you are supposed to say scientific facts if you have some research support, and tell the pros and cons, but there is nothing like what you call an ultimate right or wrong in all those things. Society, the culture, the background, that is why many a time my counseling students, psychologists or students we train, ask me questions. Sir, which books should we start reading? Which books should start reading? I will say Mahabharata, Ramayana, Quran, Bible. What are you talking about? Are you out of your mind? That's very important. We will have to know the child, his or her background, then you will try. So, but you are not professional counselors, so you will not impose, and imposing is wrong, but no, 1 minute. The term I used for inculcate values. Inculcate values. There are certain values which we are all agreed upon. Are we not? Let us say honesty, and let us say such. All those values we can inculcate but cannot impose. That is what we. And also, if there is research, why we say children should know, in India, age of consent is 18 years. Have you ever thought why?
Earlier it was 15 in British time. Changed it.
Why we are saying 18?
Emotional stability.
I'll give you a little bit of more, because it's very important. You see, drinking age, I don't know, in India, drinking age is having different rules in different areas. In our Delhi, it is 25 years.
Yeah.
I don't know every places. Some places it is 21, some places it is even 18. But however, why psychologists had a lot to do with all these rules and regulations? There is a very strong reason. That is why. This, look at this. Human brain, this much part of the brain is even in animals. But the upper part, what we call the neocortex, is either with mammals, higher order mammals, or with human beings. And unfortunately, connections in these parts start early, complete early. And this part is dealing with feelings, emotions. And parts, the connections are slowly developing and flowing, and it takes about, many cases we have seen, 21 years, 22 years, never before 18, 17, it is not complete. That is why many times you must have seen adolescent children, age of 14, 15, takes a motorbike and we will feel, oh my God, is he not able to think? He is not. He is virtually not able to think because his connections are not yet complete. And you may ask me a question, that means, sir, children will be like this only. No, there is one method of developing these connections early. These connections, left alone, will take a lot of time, but what we call dialogues. That is why counseling is important. Sorry, I want to say something.
Is this brain development depends upon the region which you are on? For example, US the driving license is given at 16 years old, where we are in 18 years old.
Not region, sir. The exposure and the early exposure, it will depend on, you know, the pituitary glands in the brain. That will decide when these two all develop. So that knowledge of the pituitary glands and the sensors will work according to the environment. Formerly,
because there in US I have seen that they can drive after 16,
15.
they can drink only after 21.
So, because after 21, after 18 and 17, whatever they are doing, they have taken a decision and doing it. Because their brain has developed to that level of taking a decision. At this age, 13, 14, 15, when they are doing it, it is only because of that emotions part of it. So thinking brain doesn't come in. So it has a culture. That is why we say,
Is it different between women and men? Because why we have 18 years for girls and why we have 21 years for men?
Again, oh my God, you are asking a lot of technical questions. That's wonderful. The growth in boys and girls after about, let us say, 10 years, 9, 10 years, there is a difference of 2 years. Their emotional growth, their body growth, hormonal growth, the girls will start their periods and everything even at 9 years, 10 years. But boys will develop their sperms and all those things pretty late, another 2 more years. So the body growth, emotional growth, till about 14, 15, there is 2 years of difference between boys and girls. Girls develop much faster. But after 16, they catch up. Are you getting it? Then 17, 18, 19, almost equal. Almost equal. So there is a reason because of psychological, physiological reason also. Can we complete this topic also? So counseling is not you imposing values. The teacher counselor's responsibility is to give the scientific facts. As everyone said about social also, precautions also. I mean, I was not arguing with you when I said, no. Very important, very important. Without giving knowledge, many a time, all this, India is becoming world's number 2 HIV capital. HIV capital. And HIV is spreading not because of sexuality education, but lack of it. Lack of it. Because these are emotions which are not many times under children's control. So at least, as you said rightly, there is no harm but educating them. So educating as early as possible, that is the only method. Close this topic also. Yes. Shall we come to a little bit of skills?
Yes.
Little bit of skill. So I simply said 2 very important things. Counseling is not advice giving. Counseling is not you imposing your values. And I will also want to tell you, because I will not go into details of that, counseling is also not you solving their problems. Are you getting it?
Yes.
You will not solve their problems. I mean, You will make the person equipped, make him capable of solving his own problem, not really you solving, giving solutions. And we will come to a little bit of skills. And let me warn you, in such a small program, skills will not develop. You agree with me? Skills will develop only when practice. You will have to do practice, then only skills will develop. But whether you like it or not, let me tell you very frankly, we were thinking, professors or what you call teachers should be trained a little more on counseling and other related things. But these programs are rationed. Rationed, do you understand? Rationed in the sense, we have to include everything, every aspect. Otherwise, you like it or not, every one of you will have to do counseling. Situations will arise whether you will be forced to sit for counseling. That is what is going to happen.
Sir, one question.
Yeah, sir.
So because this counseling has become a subject by itself.
Oh yes.
Okay, so it is a science by itself.
Absolutely.
So but there are some persons who are born counselor. They, for example, they do not need a particular training. At the same time, there are some persons.
In fact, of training.
In spite of training, they are utterly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is a very, I think, maybe
No.
controversial.
No. Without or with training, some people will, again the question of aptitudes. You were discussing in the morning, aptitudes will be different. Some people have a tendency, if you understand, they are patient, they want to listen to people, but the kind of listening they will do, the kind of situation they will be helped if a person having an inborn aptitude for counseling, with training, he will become perfect.
The most important, in my opinion, is
Sir,
the kind of connection you are able to build.
Yes, that is about rapport.
If the student thinks you are a role model,
Yeah.
if the student has a confidence in you,
Yeah.
then certainly your words will value to
Absolutely.
anyone. And otherwise, even though whatsoever my
But,
training is,
sir,
if the student doesn't have confidence in me, so
can I say something? That way, sir, every career, the teaching career, some teachers will be going in the morning, oh Satyanas, again I have to go to the class. Some of them will be jumping around and going to the class. These are all natural, but we will have to do with, even if somebody doesn't have natural, the nature-nurture controversy will continue. But you and I, being the professors that we are, we have to, even if somebody doesn't have that natural thing, if he is forced to do, at least help him a little bit, so that they will do minimum mistakes. Shall we? Sir, stand up. It's time for next standing up. I said stand up. Very important. They say, if children are given, we tell never to have a combined period. I'm not talking on pedagogy today, but psychologists are always of the opinion not to have combination period of 2 hours, 3 hours. If at all you do, make sure after about 35, 40, 50 minutes, either give a activity, or at least let them get up, go out if they want, come back, 2, 3, 5. Otherwise, this will be wasted almost.
So no psychologists impose or told the educators that why have 50-minute period? It should be 30-minute period then only.
See, no, sir. We have said, but what we have done, I told you. In a 50 minutes period, our suggestion is at least have 2 activities. 2 activities in the lesson plan itself. It should be what you call pushed in. Here I will make the children do this, here I will. Otherwise 15 to 20 minutes is a what you call attention span. But ultimately you see, even here.
we have 90 minutes, sir.
Huh?
Here we have 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Your way is different, but normally we have to sit.
Sit down.
We have to take the position, but you
I don't have. No, but there is a problem. There is a problem. Sit down. Why, I mean, education institutions or the education pundits have said teachers should try to avoid sitting. Avoid sitting means if you sit, if you say children will go now, if you stand up and move, you will be a little more. That is why people say teaching is about 50% content, 50% drama. That much content, if it has to go in, what you call, some drama will be required. That is why teachers and theatre. Anyway, shall we come back, sir? You are not students. Well, you are students maybe, but not children. So you can afford. Now we will come to counseling skills. Shall we? Skills are important. Okay, that's of everything. Most important skill in counseling is what is it? Rapport building. Rapport stands for relationship. Somebody was who was saying, I think that is the crux. If you couldn't build rapport, counseling is of no use. For that, we say certain, what you call, not technique, certain steps to take.
Rapport building is very much part of your EQ.
Everything.
Everything is EQ.
Everything.
You should be telling about how to augment your EQ.
Yeah, that is what.
Interpersonal relationship,
Yeah,
everything
everything
is EQ.
is. But however, in the given scope of the subject and specific to this particular situation, even the seating arrangement, whenever you are giving a small counseling session, we talk about certain things. First thing is, never sit for counseling like counseling should never happen like this. Everyone? No. Table is a barrier. Table is a barrier. And one more problem is, when we sit like this, immediately we are having our brain set. Somebody sitting here is an authority, and the moment the authority thing comes, nothing will happen. And this. So always we talk about L-shaped sitting arrangement. L. This is the arrangement for counseling. Maybe a little turn, L-shaped sitting arrangement. The counseling can be for 10 minutes, it can be 15 minutes, half an hour. Try your level best to get up from your table, sit on a sofa, or there is no way you can sit like that. At least make sure one chair, if it is put here, the other chair is put here. L-shaped is, that is one. Second thing is, counseling, what is most important is listening. So, in counseling, we don't listen with ears only. In counseling, we say we should listen with the whole body. I'll show you one. How? There can be two types. One, somebody is sitting here, let us say. If we had a lot of time, we could have had a lot of mocks also. but I'm just telling. Somebody is sitting here. If you as the counselor, we call, it's a misnomer for you now, but a teacher counselor, you are here. There are many ways of sitting. If you sit like this. What is your name? What is your problem?
Gradual approach.
You will never get a rap. So we say, sitting, what we call, first of all, open. Legs are open and not like this, not like this, not like this, you see, and slanting forward. When it is difficult, when we say slanting forward. And we say you should have eye contact. Eye contact. But eye contact does not mean somebody is sitting here, you are having eye contact. All the time you are having contact. The person will run away. But eye contact, how to do? I'll just show. If you are sitting if you are sitting like this, you will always have eye contact. Because how can you avoid? You cannot. But when you are sitting here, how do we listen to? Is yeah, I understand. Okay. So what is happening? With this arrangement, normally you will look like this, but when you want to connect, eye contact, disconnect, eye contact, disconnect. This is very important. Having eye contact, but not having it continuously. Continuously will embarrass the particular person who is sitting in this. Because he may want to hide his feelings sometimes. So you feel, no, okay. And how is to listening to the whole body? Now I am listening to the whole body. Then the other person feels, okay. But many situations, I have even seen it, real professional counselors also, forget about counselors, medical doctors. Oh my God, there should be, now we train medical doctors also. Half the disease will be over if you do a good listening. Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Half of the time, what I have seen is, okay. He will never get right, because he goes back with the feeling, this fellow has not even listened to me, and probably he has listened. But it is very important in counseling for the other person to feel you are listening. That is why we said, in counseling we will listen with the whole body. You are normal. You want to ask something or say something.
One has to feel that others are concerned.
That is right. The concern will come from the whole body listening, what we call. And also, one more thing, time is flying. Counseling, you will have to also remember, you will listen to not only... Oh, right. Sir, what? Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Now, so we say, whether it is 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, that should be devoted to that person. I tell you what I do. I am not only a head or DG, I am a specialist. I see people. I am not like a surgeon who have given up surgery and become a professor. On a day-to-day basis, at least when I am in Delhi, not traveling, at least one, we call the term not patient, but what you call client. At least I meet one. First thing I do is, the person coming inside, not a drama. It is required. I will say, oh, sorry man, mobile band karta. Always it is band. But in spite of that, one has to do the drama of finished. So then I'll call my guard or this person for half an hour or 40 minutes. No phone should come in. What am I doing? Building the rapport. So, with all those arrangements, the other person will start feeling like happy. He will start, okay, this person seems to be very concerned, actually. Otherwise, it will not. That is rapport building. Are you getting it? And we will say, in counseling, we will not only listen to words, but emotions. How will you listen to emotions? By body language. For example, somebody is asking, how are you? And the other person